What is up? Jason, first one in here. Yo, Jason, do you have a mic? I can't hear you at all. Ah, gotcha. Do you have some copy to review? We've got Matt coming on here pretty soon. Ah, sweet. What's up, Hunter?
What's up? How are you?
I'm feeling a bit under the weather, but otherwise good. Otherwise good.
Pretty good.
We're about to have Matt Ritzfeld join the call whenever he's ready.
All right.
So going to be a perfect time to get your copy review. Like a true expert, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm really looking for.
You got copy to review?
Yeah, I have most of the descriptions written except for one, so I'll just like take notes and see what he thinks I should do.
Gotcha. Have you run any ads yet?
Yeah, I have I had 5 ad sets, but then I killed 3 of them initially. Then I made some changes to the product page. Then I started running one again. So
And how many sales have you made so far?
only one.
Only one. So based on what did you cut those ad sets?
So he said kill the ones, or I took the advice from Jason in the chat. He said kill the ones that didn't have added carts. And then after I initiated one back, I just tried to look at the one with the best click-through rate and the most, I guess, overall engagement with the ad. So
Gotcha. It's not an ideal like perfect metric, but it's a start for sure. And we'll see if Matt has some suggestions for you today. I'm sure he will do. What's up, Adrian?
How's it going, Scotty? How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. A little under the weather, but nothing that some Coke Zero won't fix.
Glad to hear that.
Oh, we've got Matt. We've got Matt on the call now, our special guest today. Matt, first of all, thank you very much for joining. I think everyone's going to get a ton of value from you today. Guys, Matt hasn't done a ton of e-commerce, but his suggestions for copy have been immensely helpful for myself and my own stores. I've been applying tips that he gave me relating to copy directly to my stores, immediately see improved results. I actually passed on one of the tips to me, seeing better results with it. So these experiences he has with copywriting, with direct response marketing, and other areas, they carry over to e-commerce. So I think he's going to deliver some really useful tips for you guys, especially when it comes to your product page ad copy, which I know you guys struggle with. So we've got him for about an hour today.
Hey.
So we're going to start.
Hey, I really appreciate that. Hopefully I can live up to the hype without that introduction there.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure you will, Matt. So Matt's promised us like an hour of his time. So I want to start off with going through basically the that you guys want to submit, you guys want to look over. And if you have any like Facebook ad questions afterwards, about fulfillment, service, or whatever, then we can talk about that later. Right now, this first hour, I really want to focus on copy, angles, offers, and all that good stuff. Jason, let me mute your mic for a sec. There we go. So, got a decent amount of people in here. Let's start off top left-hand corner for me with paper. You got some stuff to submit. You just put it in the chat, and we'll take a look at it.
all right, so just like send the product URL.
Yeah.
All right.
Or even like the Facebook ads library if you've got ads you want to submit.
No, I'll just send the product page link. What up?
You guys make sure you got your URLs ready if you want to submit anything later on.
Sorry, 1 second. All right, there you go.
There we go. You see that, Matt, in the chat?
Yep.
Perfect.
Scotty, how big is the group you normally get in here?
It varies. It varies. What have we got right now? 8 or 9. That's a common group, I would say. Sometimes we get a bit more, sometimes a bit less. See, you've added that GIF, Hunter. Was that after Jason recommended it?
Yeah, that was after. I got it from some other dropshipping website. So I'm gonna definitely try to have like a custom GIF made just to avoid any issues.
Yeah, you definitely need to do that. It looks good, but you have to be careful when taking content like that from someone else's store. One tip I can give you right now that I actually always do is when I'm looking at product pages, right now I'm on desktop obviously, but when I look at product pages, I always go to developer tools and view it as a mobile page. You want to see what the viewer is going to see, and most of the time they're going to be on mobile. That's just the nature of Facebook and Instagram traffic. So if you're on Chrome, you can go to the top right corner on the 3 dots, then more tools, and then developer tools, and you can look at the page if you're looking on mobile, and it just shows you what loads, what's like above the fold, and what needs to be scrolled down towards. That's a useful little tip for you guys.
So based on that, is there anything that you would like reorder?
I think Matt's still going through it, taking notes.
All right.
So when with this heated eyelash curler, what would you say is the #1 benefit? Would it be the speed at which you're able to curl your eyelashes, or you got to kind of like 3 little things, right? Like painless, fast, and it lasts. You say that the speed or how long it lasts would be the #1 thing that
I would say, I think the painless is the biggest part. It's like most women that I've personally talked to, I asked them like, what's your biggest pain when using this, or like using a traditional curler? And they're like, usually they tug at their eyelids accidentally a lot. So it's probably the biggest issue.
Okay. I would almost want to move that up, and I like the GIF there, but I might want to see like a picture of someone with a manual curler, like kind of poking themselves in the eye, you know, and kind of really emphasizing that pain point, and kind of explaining why this is not as painful. I see that it's heated, but just connecting the heated element, like for me, this product, that's its unique mechanism. The heat allows it to achieve these things, in connecting that unique mechanism with the unique problem mechanism, which would be the pain. So making sure that there's that strong connection where it's very clear that typically to use those manual curlers, it's very painful. You get your eyelashes plucked out, and maybe having some visual elements that emphasize that, and then connecting that with, well, the heat eliminates that because of what, you know.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Yeah, so that section there where you say goodbye to manual curling tools, I think that could be moved up. You know, the question you lead with, do you use a manual eyelash curler, question mark? You know, that's, I think when it comes to like asking questions at the lead, I think a lot of people just like start with ones that are an obvious yes. And when I like to create a question that you lead in with, the question shouldn't be so obvious to the reader, but it should imply kind of the benefits of what you're using. Like, let me kind of brainstorm on it for a few seconds here, but feel free to jump in, Scotty.
Yeah, one piece of advice I would give here is, I don't think having the buy at discounted prices, the table on the page makes much sense here. I would much rather like to see the copy come further up on the page. So if you remove that table, you can still have the app active. Hunter, you can have the app only show on the cart page, so that when a customer adds one to his cart, on the cart page it'll say, buy a second to get 50% off. But I would rather use that space on the product page to move the copy further up and the gift further up. I don't think buying two of these is terribly persuasive.
All right.
What did you say the number one pain point was to using the manual eyelash?
Their eyelids like being, I guess, tugged and pinched when they like pinch it down to curl.
Yeah. So Matt, what you were saying is you'd rather see a question that ties into that number one pain point rather than just do you use manual eyelash curlers?
Yeah, but also just piquing curiosity. Like maybe a question like, will heated eyelash curlers make manual ones go extinct or put them out of business? And it's like, well, it implies a question because most people use manual ones and they haven't used a heated one before. So then people are wondering, why would these heated ones make them go extinct or go out of business? And it makes them more curious about what makes these so special.
Gotcha.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Is there anything else that jumps out at you when looking at this product page, Matt?
Yeah, I agree with you about the buying discounted prices, having the table up top. And I guess with this offer, like how, hold on one second, let me read the how to use part here.
While we're sort of brainstorming here, can you guys all send in the links to your copy in the chat real quick? I see James already done that, Adrian already done that, so that when we get to you, we can just jump straight to it. Sweet.
One question people might have is that I think you might want to address is like, does it work with all mascaras? Because I know like mascaras have different wands and things like that, or how it's going to affect the mascara you use. And I guess obviously I'm a guy, I don't actually use mascara, so I don't know all the objections. But yeah, that was the question I was having. Can you use this with mascara, or like how is that going to affect your mascara?
Just fell off the thing. Are you working on stuff?
All right. I think we'll move on to that and then circle back to you, Hunter, if you have any questions later on that pop up when we go through the other people's copy. I think that should be a good start for you to work with, right?
Yeah. All right. Thank you, guys.
No worries. Just going to mute your mic for a sec and unmute Matt Kelly in the top right corner. I'm trying to unmute you. Oh, if you muted yourself, there we go.
Yeah.
Sweet. So Matt is, where are you in the chat? Automotive Steels. Do you see it?
Yep.
So do I say hi?
Store's looking way better than it was last time, Matt.
Yeah, it looks a bit better now. My brother says hi anyway.
Is your brother there?
Yeah.
Oh, good old Daniel Kelly.
So something I was going to throw out there, you've got two pictures for two different reviews. same picture for two different reviews. But it's minor, but I throw that out there.
Yeah.
Sorry, two different pictures for what?
If you go down to your reviews, the second and third review have the same image.
Second and third. Ah, okay, yeah.
How's this been going for you, Matt, since we last spoke?
To be honest, this is the first day I've ran these new ones because I did a bit of a rookie error when I did the Facebook ads again. But I didn't put the right link in for like the first few days, so I had to do it again. So
Gotcha.
just one of those things.
I think you may want to consider removing the discounted pricing table here as well, because you're already doing a buy one get one, and having another special offer with the more you buy, the more you save, I think could make it a little confusing.
Yeah, I mean that was when I spoke to Ryan. That was his recommendation to put something in to get more upsells at the time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I agree with you, Scotty. As I was looking through the copy here, I think my biggest objections are just the user experience and making it very clear what things will cost and how to purchase. Because when I see the discounted price table, 2+, does that mean if I buy the 2, I also get 1 free and get an extra 10% off? Or do I have to buy 4 to get, you know what I mean?
What you could do is have like a table that shows it very clearly. So it's buy 1 get 1 free for $19.99. You could say buy 4 get X, buy 5 for X. Have it not as a percentage off, because the percentage off just makes it confusing.
Yeah. So get rid of the percentage.
Either get rid of the table completely, or make it so that it's very clear that it's like buy 1 get X for X, buy 2 get 4 for X, buy 3 get 6 for X.
To be honest, I might just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because it's confusing me.
Yeah, I think that's a really good suggestion, Scotty. Because making it very, brain dead simple, it tells you if the table told you exactly if you buy this many, you'll get this many and the price that you'll pay. I think that makes it much more straightforward. And then also just like having the discount table also kind of, I feel like when you have the percentages there, it also conflicts with the discounted price that you have at the top. That's like 50% off. So it's like, it's 50% off, but then you're getting 10% off as well. And so I don't know, I might even just have your buy 1 get 1 free is already a great deal. And I feel like the 50% off discount that you have at the top is a little conflicting with the buy 1 get 1 free as well. Like, is the $19.99 price like the 50% discount that you get from buy 1 get 1 free? I feel like with the sale offer, if you have buy 1 get 1 free, you can just go with a retail price, and it gives you more integrity with your pricing as well.
It's interesting. So what he's suggesting is scrap the compare app price.
Yeah.
Since you're doing buy 1 get 1 free.
It'd be worth testing. I'm not sure if scrapping the 50% up top would be nearly as strong. But I think my biggest confusion is having the cent 1, cent 2. Like, it took me like a good few minutes to really figure out what that meant. And I guess what you're saying is that you automatically get the free one, right? Like, so it's like, okay, you can have lavender for your first one and lemon for your second one. but that wasn't just obvious to me right away. And it's almost like you're forcing someone to get to no matter what, and it almost makes it feel less authentic of a sale, right? Like, what if someone just wants 3? So I would only have like the one option. You just pick your cent instead of having cent 1, cent 2, because I think it just makes it, for me, it just made it confusing. I was like trying to figure out what I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
So you would scrape that, or do you think there's a way to make that more easily understandable? Like,
well, when you add it to the cart anyways, right? So if you just like, if you could add 1 lavender to your cart, and then you could add a lemon to the cart, and then one of those would be free through Shopify, right? You don't necessarily have to have the selection, especially if, say, you just want to buy, or I mean, if you are buying multiples, yeah, it feels weird. Normally, when I go to a store and I see buy 1 get 1 free, or buy 2 get 1 free, or anything like that, the buying experience would be very different from this. And I think you'd want to have a little more congruency with what the user expects in terms of purchasing and actually just adding things to the cart.
so you would expect to see just 1 cent, and when you add it to the cart, you get 19.99 in your cart, and then your next step is you have to add a second one to your cart, and then the price,
and then that one will be free.
$19.99.
Yep. And so theoretically, you could add any number to the cart, and if it's an odd number, I mean, obviously, to take advantage of the full discount, you'd have to have an even number. But I think doing that would make it feel more legitimate of a buy 1 get 1 free versus, hey, you're actually just buying 2 for $19.99.
Also, I noticed that whenever you do select 2 different things and click add to cart, it's not adding to. Oh, never mind. I see it. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. I think that would make fulfillment easier as well for you, right, Matt?
At the moment, I'm doing it manually.
Yeah, if you just had people add multiple of them to the cart, that would make it easier.
I mean, that was what I did the first time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially since you have the timer there, it makes it, since you have the timer, and it makes it feel like it's a limited time offer. Having both options makes it feel like, okay, this is a buy 1 get 1 free all the time, not just, for the next hour.
Mm-hmm.
So you'd have to change the instructions in the description.
Do you reckon to go back to how it was originally then? Is that what you're saying? Just one thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
That's what Matt's suggesting. I'm torn, honestly. Because if you want 2 different cents, the way you've set it up right now is way easier.
Mm-hmm. Guess it's just what the best way is to do. Just a ball ache to set up in Shopify.
What do you say?
It's a bit of a ball ache to set it up properly, I think. Like the whole offer.
Yeah, it definitely is. So, I mean, I think with the product description, it makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem is when someone lands on the page, they don't see the instructions. They see the cent 1, cent 2.
Yeah.
First. What if you change the variant names to cent 1 would be first purifier, and cent 2 would be free purifier? What do you think about that, Matt?
So first purifier instead
I think that
of
would make it clearer to the user. In terms of just like making this feel like a limited time offer and not like this is integrated into the website, like you're just running this all the time. I feel like it feels more real to have it just the one, in that you actually just manually add as many as you want.
That's an option. It's also should be easier to set up in Shopify, because then you'll
Just do a discount, can't you?
yeah, just with discounted pricing. So you'll have not the table.
You don't even have to do that, I don't think. You can do it in Shopify.
Can you do that? Get buy two, pay one or something?
So how I did it before, did it on Shopify. You go on the discounts and then you can set up as buy two, you get one free.
Oh yeah, that would be the easiest.
It obviously only comes up once you've, like you said, once you've added it to the cart.
Yeah.
But if it's kind of clear within the message or whatever.
Yeah. Honestly, what I would do at this point is probably create a duplicate of this page and then edit that duplicate with Matt's suggestions, but don't scrape what you've done so far, because it was a pain in the ass to create, and I'm still torn on what makes more intuitive sense.
So what you're saying, create a duplicate of that one?
Yeah. And then edit the duplicate to have the buy one, get one without the table, without the two variants.
Well, and then just have a bit of a play with it.
And then set it up in Shopify so that if people buy one, they can get a second one for free.
Okay. Sorry, what do you mean by duplicate it? Like, what's the?
In Shopify, you can duplicate your product, just so that you don't lose what you've already set up.
Okay.
It's just sort of hide this page, put it on the back burner, so that you can go back to it easily without having to set it all up.
So I'd have to set up a new product, would I?
You could just duplicate this existing product.
Okay.
And then edit the new duplicate.
Okay. Will the link be the same or will it be different?
No, it'll be a different link.
Okay.
Well, you could make it this link, I guess, but.
Also, a copy suggestion. I think it would really help just to take some of your best product reviews and kind of have those as testimonial quotes, like right at the top of the copy, right underneath the buy discounted prices table. I think, I mean, the copy is okay, but I feel like just having those testimonials, moving those way up would be way stronger, because you have to scroll like really far down before you even get to the customer reviews.
You know, with like testimonials and stuff. Is that something like where you put it in kind of like quotation marks, if you like, or? Yeah,
I would just have it in a quote. You don't even like put it. For example, Brilliant Air Purifier really helps to get rid of the smell. Highly recommended. Put that in quotes, and then have like a -- Bernita T from U.S. said that.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Sweet. Bunch of more work for you.
Yeah, always.
You're going to be a fucking master of Shopify by the end of this.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Let me know if you have any more questions as we go through everyone else. Sweet. Let's move on to Michael. What's up, Michael?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Can't complain.
Good. So mine is the coffee obsession link that's in there.
Coffee. You got it.
I actually used to have a hoodie with the molecule on it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I've got a necklace you can buy if you want.
Right off the bat, one suggestion, when I'm looking at the icons under the add to cart button, free shipping on all orders, secured SSL checkout, and the 100% happiness guarantee. The 100% happiness guarantee sounds very vague to me. Like, I don't know what that means. So I think it would be much stronger if you had the logo or some type of 30-day logo, because I think that's much more, 30-day money back guarantee is much more straightforward and specific of like the guarantee, and I think it makes a stronger offer right up front.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just got
You
that
actually,
because
you actually have that further down in your product copy.
Yeah, I got it down at the bottom. Yeah, I just use that because I found it on or something really similar on a different website and thought it kind of looked cool. So yeah,
I actually think it kind of fits the vibe of your store. I don't mind that.
Yeah, I mean, like at the moment, this is converting at like 2 to 3% as well. So like, yeah, like obviously I want that to improve, but it's like just as a kind of caveat, like I'm not like this isn't completely failing.
So, are you converting that profitably from Facebook?
Not yet. No, I had an issue with to start with, like converting well on the site, but then like Facebook ads were just like getting like ridiculously low click-through rates. And now I've spoken to Michael King and kind of getting the click-through rates up a little bit, well, quite a lot. So yeah, I've just kind of getting towards my first profitable ad set, I think, in the last few days.
What sort of changes were you making there on your Facebook ads?
Testing different images. I like basically just tested a bunch of different images that I took from, on Michael's advice, took from like screenshots of Instagram posts of this. Of this item. So the bottom image there, that's the one of it in the little case with the caffeine symbol thing, that's performing quite well as a Facebook ad now.
Yeah.
And then testing different copy angles and stuff like that.
If that image is converting the best on Facebook, I might suggest making that the standard image that comes up when people click onto the page, just so there's that congruency. And I think it makes it much more clear. Like, yeah, you say the caffeine addict, caffeine molecule necklace in the headline over there, but like saying caffeine right next to it in that image, like makes it just like pops right into your brain. It's like, oh, it's, makes it very, very obvious to folks. And I think it might help that congruency from the ad.
Michael, what's the name of your Facebook page? By the sounds of things, we should be looking at your Facebook ads rather than your store. Yeah, so I've got the Facebook page is just the coffee obsession. I'll post the link to the ad that's currently doing the best. Get it. I think that should take you to the ad. Gotcha. Oh, actually, no, that's the wrong one. Sorry. It's very similar to that, the one that's doing well. I bet basically the one that's doing well is that one, but without the actual link, the URL in the product description, in the copy at the top, and it's got like a load of different. It's got like 50 shares and stuff like that on it. Nice. How much have you spent on this? On that one ad? No, on total. So I've spent about $800 in Facebook ads so far. Gotcha. And how much before, after the revamp? After the revamp, probably a couple $100. Gotcha. Okay. Why does it say grab 2 of these? Because it is it's supposed to be from a matching angle. It's actually out in the B.O.S.S build, that copy. That's out of my actual B.O.S.S build thing. So it's supposed to be basically like you love coffee, and you can get 2 of these to kind of have one with each other, like give one to a friend sort of thing.
So the gold and the silver necklace?
Gold and silver, or just 2 silvers. So basically it's like you have like a coffee friend, and then you kind of, I think that's what it, well, that's what I took it to mean.
All right.
Have you tried that copy, the grab 2 with the images of the gold and the silver together?
No.
I might want to have that image with that copy. I think that makes much more sense with the messaging. And then I might, like, if I had that, I would tweak the offer a little bit. Instead of doing like 60% off plus free shipping, maybe you should try a buy one get one free, and to maybe up the price just so it's like the same amount of revenue either way. But yeah, making people buy one get one free, and then you get both colors, and then the congruency of grab 2 and then seeing 2 and knowing you can get both colors. But I think when I was looking at it, I was like, yeah, I might want the gold and the silver. And if there's that buy one get one free offer, it just makes it a no-brainer.
Yeah, plus just if the Facebook ad copy says grab 2 of these, and I land on the product page and there's nothing about buying 2, that just seemed kind of confusing.
Right, okay.
It's like the Facebook ad isn't congruent with the landing page. Have you tested a bunch of ads at this point, or just like 1 or 2?
Yeah, I've tested quite a few different ones.
What sort of metrics are you seeing on this ad on the best one? Like your link click-through rate and your CPM, link click-through rate, and cost per click, I'd be interested in.
Okay, so this one, CPM 7, it's in pounds, my account's in pounds. So £7.10 CPM. I've got a click-through rate, which again is dropped. This is the thing that's kind of annoying me. Click-through rate of link click-through rate of 0.92. That was up at like 1.2, 1.3 earlier. And then what was the other thing?
Cost per click, cost per link click.
Just got cost per click all here. Cost per click all is 28 pence.
Yeah. Let me do the math on that. So it's about $10. Am I saying, is that right? Rough math, $10 CPM, US dollars?
It's probably a little bit less. It's probably close to like 8.50, 9, something like that now.
Really? Fucking exchange rate.
Yeah, it's
so
I can just get the
you've got 1%. We've got like an 80-cent click-through rate. Yeah, I've got like an 80-cent cost per click, which is okay. But you want to get that link click-through rate up because it's converting on the site. So at this point, I would say the main thing for you is different images and different copy to get that link click-through rate up, because you've got really good CPMs, which is kind of weird for such a low link click-through rate, because generally the better your link click-through rate, the better your CPM is going to be, because people are clicking it, people are engaged. Facebook thinks, oh, this is a good ad, and it makes it cheaper for you. So with your current metrics, I would really focus on testing new and different images, possibly images of people wearing it. And I would mix up the coffee in particular, not the coffee, the copy. Mix up the copy, try and come up with a better hook would be my first thing, like love coffee, so do we, okay. It's all right, but I think it can be better.
In the ad, you mean, yeah? Yeah. Okay.
So main takeaways from my end would be congruence between the ad and the landing page. So the ad says grab 2 on the product page. That's kind of missing. I like Matt's idea of using in the actual image, the ad image, having a gold and a silver. I like that as well. And then I'd work on making the ad more compelling, more attention grabbing.
Do you know what your split is between male and female buyers?
I've had one male buyer so far.
So they've all been female for the most part.
Pretty much all, like 99% female.
Okay.
Have you tried an image creative that has a female wearing it?
Yes. Yeah.
Did that not do as well?
It didn't. No, I think I've tried 2 or 3 different ones, and yeah, they just like I tried the ones from, because you can see them in the. Just scroll down to the reviews on the product page. Basically, use the 2 middle ones, the 2 middle reviews. If you're on a desktop.
Yeah, I would think about using the 4th image from your product page, not from
How do I see those images? I'm sorry, I'm not the.
On the product page, down at the customer reviews section, at the bottom.
I don't think those are super compelling, but if you look up to your product images, I think the 4th image, top row, could do well.
Yeah, so did I, but it didn't.
It didn't?
No.
Tried that with the same copy?
Not the same copy, no. Basically, I tried, on Michael's advice, I tried like 5 different images with the same copy, and then took the best performing image and tried a variety of copy.
Yeah.
And that's how I arrived at the one that you've just seen now.
All right. I mean, honestly, if you've done that, then that's the process for finding the right images and copies. So just keep doing that. Keep looking for new images you can use, thinking up new copy, new hooks that you can use, and look at what Facebook tells you. I mean, how much did you spend on that, on each of those ads?
Ran them for like 3 days at £10 a day each.
Gotcha. So yeah, I mean, not massive data, but I think that's enough to get a like preemptive decision. So basically continue doing what Michael told you about. Just keep testing images and copy. Pair the best copy with the best image and so forth.
Cool.
Gotcha. So takeaways to go over again: congruence between the ad and the landing page. Changing up that first image on the landing page. If this image is working well for you in the ad, maybe make that the first image on your landing page. Make sure that the buy 2 from the ad makes sense in the landing page.
Yep.
You got anything else, Matt?
No, I think you nailed it.
Any questions right now, Michael?
Cool. I have a general question that I was talking about with Michael. We tried to create some lookalike audiences based on view content.
Mm-hmm.
I created those, ran some ads, and Facebook just wasn't delivering them. I don't know if anyone's had any experience with that. Like, it literally was just like I set them up as normal, and like added the audience as I believe it's right to do, and setting them live just like any other ad, and it just wasn't spending any money. It was like all active and live, and as far as I'm aware, properly set up, and just wasn't spending any money. So Michael told me to duplicate them and see if it was a bug, and try it again, and it just did the same thing again. So basically, it seems that Facebook just isn't running lookalike audiences for me. For like, it's just literally just saying like £0 spent.
Is it active on every level? Is it active on the campaign, ad set, and ad level?
Yep.
How did you set up the lookalike? Did you create the custom audience from the pixel?
Yeah, so I tried it the 2 different ways that there seems to be in in Facebook. So I think there's one where you create the audience, you create a custom audience from thing, and then it might be easier to kind of explain in Slack and kind of just.
Yeah, well, send me a DM after. The first thing that pops up in my mind, and possibly the only thing that pops up in my mind that could cause that, is the audience might be empty. Like, can you go to, in your Facebook Business Manager, go to audiences and look at the audience size of the original audience and the lookalike audience. Make sure that the lookalike audience is a couple million.
Yeah, the lookalike was 2.2 million when it was created.
It says ready.
Yep, it says ready to go. Like I can't tell why it's just not. Tried it on like 3 or 4 different occasions and like recreating ad sets to get it to start again. It just for all I can, like, it just seems like some kind of bug where it's just not letting me.
I haven't heard about that happening, honestly. Send me a DM on Slack and we'll try and figure that out after, all right?
Cool.
All right, moving on. Kiet Fong. Let me unmute your mic. Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly.
I don't know why my name came up as Kit Fong, but I'm Maggie.
You're Maggie, yeah. I figured.
Yeah.
I don't know why
Sorry.
my name comes up as Nate Schmidt, but so be.
Okay, so my website, it's called Exude Wealth. Can you see it?
Yep.
Okay. Go crazy.
You got that, Matt?
Yep.
Oh shit. You've got a lot of variants on here. That's kind of confusing.
Yeah. It's from A to Z. It's the initial cover.
I see.
It's a little messy.
Yeah, the problem is there's only some of them are in black and some are in white. So the letter is white, which makes it really hard to read. So at first glance, I can't tell what's different between these variants.
Okay.
Yeah, the same question. Are the letters white or are they all black?
The letters, they're silver.
Okay.
Yeah. The photo just comes out like white. Okay. So image not very good.
All right, on mobile, it actually looks all right. It's only on desktop that it's really fucking confusing. Okay. So with the countdown timer you've got on the one hand, you've got 1 hour and 16 minutes left. And then below it says limited remaining stock. I wouldn't mix urgency and scarcity like that.
Okay.
So urgency is there's 1 hour and then the sale ends. And scarcity is there's a limited amount remaining. Now you're mixing the two together and it doesn't really make sense, right? So how do you know that in exactly 1 hour and 16 minutes you're going to run out of inventory? That just doesn't make logical sense. So you want to stick to either one or the other.
Okay. Which one is better?
For this product, I think it almost has to be urgency, so a countdown timer, because limited stock doesn't really make sense because there's so many different variants.
Okay.
I see in your story you have some other different cufflinks. Have you tested those as well in terms of running ads?
I've tested a few, yeah, but this one is by far the most successful one. This product.
Really? Okay. What are the other ones? You tested the Thor hammer? Because I think those are pretty cool.
I tested that for a while, but it didn't convert anything. And then I tested the gold filigree cuffling, and it did convert, but I think I only broke even.
Gotcha. Are you profitable on these right now?
Yes.
Nice.
Wow.
Why is it that we never hear about this?
Because I just started getting on profits.
Oh, nice.
About 3 days ago, I just started seeing them. So I removed limited stuff.
That's fantastic. So,
in terms of pictures, I might even want to use some of the ones in the reviews, because when I'm looking at the review pictures, those look a lot nicer. Like those look like high quality cufflinks.
Okay.
And I feel like they just look like better cufflinks than the ones in the stock photos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, should I move them?
I would maybe add them to the product description, but I wouldn't add them to the top, because you want that, because at the moment it looks really classy in that they're all the same, right?
Yeah.
Except for the fact that some are black and some are white/silver, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ideally, you notice how most of them look exactly the same, right?
Yeah,
so if you look at C, ideally I think you'd want to have them all look like that. So they're all from the same angle, all the same color.
Oh, okay. You like C?
I'd prefer it if it was the C was in black, but what I like about the C is, like, if you look C, D, E, F, G, they're all the same, whereas A and B are different and different to everything else. So if you can get all the variant images to look the same, you're going to look like a real brand.
Okay. Gotcha.
So I think black looks better than white because it's easier to read, especially on desktop. But ideally, you want to have them all the same. So if you can get, for each variant, the same angle and the same color, that would look a bit better than it does now.
What do you mean by black? Like black background?
No, I mean the actual, like the
letters?
letter. Oh, are they all?
Oh, to show contrast. They're not really black. They look black, but they're just silver.
It's just the photography. Yeah, that's not ideal. I see. Sorry. Yeah, if you look at A and B, it appears to me that that's a different color to C.
Mm-hmm. I know.
No, it's just the photography. I see it now. Yeah.
I've asked my supplier the same thing. Like, can you give me like photos that are the same? And shows me the same color, and they try and it didn't work.
Can you check Berlu whether you can find the same picture that you have for C, for A, B, H, L, I, etc.?
Okay, I'll try again.
Try that.
Okay.
For the actual copy, Matt, do you have any suggestions?
In terms of the guarantee, I'd want to hear more specificity on the guarantee and maybe have some of those graphics to, let's see, 100% money back guarantee, satisfaction guarantee. Is that 30 days? Is it 60 days? I see you have the logo up top, but I think you should make it more of a point in the copy, the specifics of that guarantee. And also, I like the PS, popular choice among groom and groomsmen. I think you should have in your images there, people at the wedding and showing the cufflink on someone. I think that would help a lot.
Okay.
I'd probably add some of those images from the reviews to your actual product description, because those look really good.
Got it.
Particularly like the first image in the reviews, I think looks good. The ends.
Mm-hmm.
I like the M as well. Manny V with the M, I like.
Okay. So add them into the product descriptions, you said?
Yeah, just one or two images in the product descriptions to make it show people how high quality the stuff looks and to break up the text a little.
Got it.
Matt, what do you think about the first paragraph of her copy? Do you think we have to be that specific about how it's monogrammed, it's serif font and all that? Do you think that's good, or would you rather have something a bit more interesting, a bit more emotionally compelling?
I do like the specificity, but yeah, I think, leading with just classy and chic, you could get into much more detail, especially I think people who are buying these are probably, going to be going to a wedding or some type of formal event. So talking about feeling the confidence you feel when you dress classy and like that. And in chic, I'm not sure that, I mean, these are going to be towards men. I don't try to dress chic. So tailoring the language toward more of a male audience, I think would help.
I think, yeah, the exude wealth angle, because you've got such a great brand and domain name, exude
Right.
wealth. I would probably go more in that direction as opposed to the whole chic.
Exude wealth. Okay.
But honestly, we're talking a lot about your product description and product page right now. If this is converting profitably, the next step for me would be really working on compelling Facebook ads. If you make these tweaks to your product description, I think at that point it's time to just go heavy on Facebook ads, test different images, test different hooks, test different copy. And once you have it working profitably, consistently, the next step would be to get somebody suited up or in a nice shirt and get pictures with an actual human being and the cufflinks. That's the next upgrade you could make once you're running this profitably for a while.
What are the Facebook ad angles that you're using for this?
The angled. It's to elevate your style. So kind of congruent with, I guess, a brand name, Exude Wealth. And then I would add, I will add an offer, take like 50% off right now, and sell ending soon, and tap shop now.
I'd be curious just to look at your data, and I know personally, I've never bought cufflinks, but I've had cufflinks bought for me from my wife and my mom. And so I would assume that a lot of the people buying these maybe they're buying them as a wedding gift for someone, or they're buying them as a Christmas present or something like that. And so targeting, when looking at holidays or, positioning these as a great gift for the man who's about to get married or something like, or someone's about to go to prom, get them this pair of cufflinks, things like that. I think that would be much more specific in your targeting and the ad angles than just going very broad. Oh, you want to look nice, because most guys don't have the occasion to actually wear cufflinks. I mean, you need you need like a tuxedo shirt to have, cufflinks on and stuff like that. So figuring out the occasions where people are going to be wearing cufflinks and then targeting the type of men who are going to be at those events.
Yeah, true. Well, the gift angle was actually the first angle that I tested out, but it didn't really work.
Okay.
And then I started targeting like male. Well, I didn't target male, but I target the interest in bow ties and esquires, and I started getting sales, and all men, and they're buying for themselves. So.
But the ad that you're using is the quote, "Purchased for 3 of my groomsmen, each in their own initial letter. Beautiful personalized wedding day set." That's a testimonial from Marvin. That's the ad that's working for you, right?
That one and premium initial cufflinks.
Gotcha. So you kind of are using the gift angle.
Yes.
The gift testimonial angle.
Yeah.
I'd probably add that image that you're using in your ads to your product page, adding it in the description. And I would probably add that testimonial in there as well, because it's a great testimonial.
Into the descriptions.
Yeah, in the product description.
Okay.
That kind of goes along with what Matt was saying for the gift angle, because I mean that's exactly what you're using in your ad.
Yeah, but all the males that bought from me, they're all buying for themselves. I guess that's a gift for themselves.
How do you know that?
It might be that they're buying
My initials.
them
Ah.
for. Okay, so are they getting more than one initial though, or are they typically buying more than one pair? What's your average size?
They usually buy for themselves, and if they, because I have the discounted price, so they just buy more than one pair for themselves.
Gotcha.
Okay, they're not getting different initials if they buy in
No.
bulk. Okay.
All right. I think next thing for you to work on is just testing out different Facebook ads, different images, different copy. And with these changes that we've suggested, I think you should see a slight increase in conversion rate as well. So you'll be ready to really go hard on the Facebook ads in the next few weeks.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
You got any questions right now, or can we move on to James?
No, so far so good actually. Thank you so much.
Sweet. Congratulations on turning it profitable.
Thank you.
Matt, have you got another like 10 minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
I'm reading through the reviews. Yeah, I see a lot of people like saying, "Oh, I bought these for my groomsmen. My wife got these cufflinks with my initials on it. My husband was impressed by the quality." I know your ads are profitable now, but I would definitely want to test those type of events and
Like
celebrations.
wives and girlfriends. Okay.
Yeah, I think. Well, I wouldn't necessarily. Yeah, you might be run the risk of targeting people who obviously don't need them, but people who are interested in bow ties and things like that, they're looking at apparel for those type of events, and so they're actively looking for getting a tuxedo or going out to a Christmas party or something like that, and those are hot buyers who'd be much more likely and interested to buy these cufflinks.
Right. Got it.
James, let me unmute your mic, or if you muted it yourself.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. Yeah. So mine is up at the top, roaming supply. I just wanted to put in the contrast or the difference between what I'm doing now and what I had before. I just added in or just changed it on Thursday to be more general. So to kind of make it a little bit more about it being quick, efficient, easy to use, convenient, and focusing around that. And I think that I need to work on the pain points a little bit because I feel like it's still reading like features instead of benefits. Outside of that, it's been pretty steady. I just liked the Spartan angle more because it was more emotional. I felt like there was a bigger tie to everything. But basically the one I have now is basically performing at the same rate that the Spartan one was. So I'm just not sure where I should be going.
So what rate is that at? Are you making sales like 0.8 ROAS, so losing?
I think I checked it this morning, and I'm like right on because I'm running 2 different campaigns right now. In total, they come out about 1. Just my old campaign is at about 1.5, so it's creeping up a little bit, but nothing like monumental. Because the one that's doing 1 is the one we just introduced after the consult call. That is 1% ATC with 5 different ad sets in it. And then the one that I'm doing is 4 different cold audiences and a retargeting of either 50 or 75% video viewers, and that one's going pretty well.
Gotcha. And why did you decide to change the product page?
It was suggested to me that I do.
By Mike Rahan?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So why did they say to change that? Was it your conversion rate, or they wanted you to try a different angle?
The argument that was made was that people that are in the outdoorsy hunting, fishing, hiking audience may not have the knowledge behind knowing what a Spartan is, I guess, or having a connection with Spartans in history, and that it might be a little bit too far out. First thing I was thinking was just the movie 300, and that's kind of what put it in with me. I mean, I don't know anything about all the actual history, just seen the movie. So I figured it was relatively connectable, but yeah, that was the argument made.
Gotcha. And have you seen an increase in results? Not really.
No. I mean, I would say it's basically the same. I mean, let me see if I can pull up. My conversion ratio is basically stayed the same. Maybe I could say that the average order value has gone up. But for the most part, it looks like my conversion is staying just about the same, which has been floating around 2.5%, 3%.
Gotcha. That's solid to start with. I don't like the way you've done your countdown timer. I don't like the white text on black, and it's just a bunch of numbers. It looks like it's not ending forever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
At first glance, to me, it looks like it's ending in 1,000,000 and something.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, that's easy change.
But I really like the fact that as the caption sort of for the timer, you use the free shipping within the United States. I think that's a great use of that space because it doesn't really tie in with the countdown timer at all. But because the way it's just set up, you have that option to add text there. I think that's a great use of it.
Yeah, because the other places, it was like I had it up by the price before and it looked kind of funky. And then it was like if I did the first line of the copy, I just felt like it would take away from my first line by having it down there. So I figured to sneak it in there.
Yeah, I think that's a good move. I'd definitely lower the time if you're going to do the countdown timer. And I don't know if I'd do white on black. I'm not a huge fan of that.
Okay. So actually have at least, multicolor or if just one extra color.
Yeah.
Make it not so blocky.
Yeah, I mean, just not the reverse text. I don't know if that's like a pet peeve of mine because I read it in a book once, but I find that hard to read.
Did you say reverse text? What was that?
Reverse text is when instead of normally when you read something, it's black text on white background, and here it's black background with white text.
Gotcha. Okay.
I'm not a huge fan. Of course, the notable exception would be Boss Builder sales page, but don't tell Nate I said it. What do you think, Matt? Any suggestions on the copy?
Yeah, I got a couple ideas. Just the Hunter's Tactical Bag. I'm not sure that everyone who buys this is necessarily going to be a hunter. And if it is going to be a hunter, then I think you need to be tying in specifically like what features of it make it better for hunting than other bags.
So, quick background. What we've done here in the past few weeks with James is he started off selling this to hunter, fishermen, etc. And what we found was the Facebook interest hunter worked really well. And that's the one that was making sales. So we said, hey, let's target this to hunters. So we targeted it to hunters and we did exactly that. What makes this good for hunters? And James in his market research, in reading reviews, forums, etc., found that the bag actually isn't ideal for hunters because what hunters care about is it being quiet and the zipper is actually quite loud. So what we figured is that this is a bag that people who hunt buy this type of bag because it fits in with their lifestyle and their image of themselves, but they use it as an everyday carry bag. So that's our hypothesis, at least going into this.
And let me throw this in real quick, Matt. I was actually thinking the same thing, maybe a week or two ago, and I was thinking to change it to. The first thought was to just change it to an acronym of like RSX or RSE, something like that, where it doesn't really mean anything, and be it RSE tactical bag or whatever. Do you think it's too confusing? Because I was trying to make it be more like I see a lot of other sales or distributors of this bag. They basically say, oh, it's the Galatech tactical bag, or it's the whatever tactical bag. And so
I like having, if Hunter is resonating with your audience, then I definitely want to stick with that. But what Scotty just said, actually, I think should be in the title as well. If it's an everyday carry bag, you should put Hunter's EDC tactical bag. I think that makes it much more specific. And this isn't going to be the thing you're always taking with you out into the field, but this is the item that you're going to have when you're, going out to work or going around town, having everything you need on hand. I think there's that little bit of disconnect for me. Like when I'm thinking of like being fast and tactical, like when I see this bag, I'm thinking, if I'm like running, right, like having the one strap, I'm worried it's going to be falling off. Like I guess the benefit of a backpack is like it's hands free.
Depends how
obviously that is more like into the, what's that?
it depends how you wear it. If it's cross shoulder, it's not coming off. I think one of the advantages I saw on the bag is that it can go from front to back, not like a backpack where it's tight and stuck on your back.
Right.
So
it might benefit for me because those are the objections I'm having in my head, because like I do kind of buy like this EDC survivalist gear and shit like that. My mental objection would be like, I'm going to be having to hold this, over my shoulder or something like that. Maybe it's going to just come loose when I'm trying to run or something like that. But maybe if you had a video of like, some like real buff dude like running with it on his bag, or the being able to quickly take things out of the bag, like you have the concealed carry pouch, just showing that action of it actually coming out. In terms of copy, so I think EDC, everyday carry, that phrase and that acronym is very specific, and in that targets the same kind of audience who would be buying this bag. So I think that would make it a lot stronger. But also just like looking into your copy, one little thing, 50% off clearance. When I hear the word clearance, I think, oh, no one's buying this bag and it's not popular. So I would that's just like the position of the word clearance. And then just in terms of the copy, getting down into it, I think for me, it was a little confusing reading. It's either half full and left on the floor or stowed away deep in a closet. The elusive backpack is a drag physically and colloquially. I think it needs to be just more clear, like, and straightforward. Hey, a backpack is either stowed in the closet or left half full on the floor. You're never using it for all it can be. Without having, I think you're like putting. It wasn't clear to me you were talking about a backpack there. It was just a little confusing as I was trying to read through it.
I'm also not sure if that's a huge pain point.
Yeah.
Because the way you have it in your copy, like if that were the fucking massive pain point for people, then that would be fine. But I'm not sure it is.
Yeah.
Or is that something that's come up in your research?
That's ultimately what I'm trying to figure out, is a massive pain point. And really the only advantages are that people put a couple things in a big bag, or they have a big bag that's full of random stuff. They don't really know what is in it. They just know it's a general bag. Maybe they're forgetting stuff that they thought was in the bag, or, certain things like that. But I'm having a hard time finding like a massive pain point to have a small bag outside of it being clunky, overweight, not easy to, not versatile, I guess you would say. I
would go with the quick, convenient, and efficient angle. I perhaps wouldn't even I wouldn't prod any pain points here necessarily, because I don't think there are that many, like you said.
Yeah.
Just talk about how awesome this bag is, how awesome it looks, how practical it is, how convenient it is, etc., and what you can use it for. And you have that in your third paragraph, cheered by fishermen, etc. I don't think that paragraph again is great, because you've got the examples in there, right? Convenient for carrying lures, range equipment, workout gear, or roaming tools. Again, I would focus on the everyday carry aspects. It's convenient for taking books to college, convenient for workout gear, it's convenient for carrying groceries or whatever. I would go away from the hunting and fishing angles or hunting and fishing items, more towards everyday stuff.
Okay.
I agree with that, and just getting more specific in terms of everyday carry gear. It's going to be carrying your EDC pocket knife. It's going to be carrying your concealed carry firearm. It's going to be carrying, a compass or something like that, a flashlight. Things that people like. For me, in contrasting it with like, so you have your EDC bag, but then you also have a day pack, and like getting like contrasting those two. A day pack is for when you're staying overnight for someone for a day, versus your EDC bag is for going anywhere, carrying the bare essentials. Using phrases like this is the minimalist bag. When you're going out going out to work and you don't need to bring a laptop or the books or things like that. But the bare essentials that you need to access when shit hits the fan in any emergency situation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, that's definitely how most of the other or the competitors that have this product are marketing it, is as an EDC essentially.
So I might, in terms of the emotional angle, I would want to inject more fear and uncertainty. Like you don't know when you might need all this gear, right? You know when you need your pocket knife or your concealed carry weapon, or a tactical flashlight. That can happen at any moment, but you can't, it's really cumbersome to be carrying around a day pack with you every single place you go. So I would want to take a more emotional angle, kind of the prepper angle. You want to be prepared to have the stuff on you at all times, but at the same time, you can't be carrying around a big rucksack.
Yeah. Just the fear of being unprepared.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And again, like I kind of said to Maggie before, your product page is good enough. I think at this point, it's a case of getting that Facebook traffic cheaper, getting more traffic to your store, not necessarily improving the product page dramatically.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you say you're converting at what?
Over the last week, it's been 2.5%, I think.
Dude, if you can get traffic to your store at a decent like cost per click, you'll be golden.
Okay.
What sort of metrics do you have on Facebook?
Which ones do you want me to go through?
Link cost per click, CPM, and click-through rate, or link click-through rate.
Okay.
Matt, do you want to start checking out Adrian's product page?
Sure.
Cost per click on average is 88 cents. Click-through link, or the CTR for link click is 2.36. CPM is averaging around 21.
That's what we want to get down.
Yeah.
What sort of creatives are you using? Let me check that out.
Mostly videos.
Name of the Facebook page is Roaming Supply.
Yeah, it should be. It's mostly videos, or it is a video multiple times, except for the retargeting ads.
Yeah. Gotcha. These are cool. Are you seeing? These are cool, dude.
Good here. Oh, you're watching the video. Nice.
Oh yeah. Again, I possibly need to go more heavy on the everyday carry angle for congruence.
Okay.
So I don't want to watch the video because everyone's going to be listening in via my mic, so it's going to sound horrible. But yeah. I'm guessing it's more big bag versus small bag. And do you have like showing what it can be used for, showing it in different situations?
No, and that's definitely something I've been thinking about whenever, because I need to make a new video essentially, and because I actually saw an infomercial that kind of made me think about it, where they're like, oh, well, this person's out doing this and he's using it, and then this person's doing this and they're using it. And
that's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a bunch of different cuts where, books are getting put in, books are getting put out. Somebody wakes up and it's too late. Like somebody sleeps in, they jump out of bed quickly grab their bag and rush out the door, stuff like that. Just everyday situations that this bag can be used for.
Yeah.
I think with your video making skills and creativity, we'll be able to come up with something cool.
Sweet. One other question that doesn't have to do with the marketing side of things is I'm having an issue now. I was getting very quick shipments, things going out very quickly. And now, I checked this morning, I'm getting more emails from customers about what's up with my order. And I've got some that are like 2 weeks old that are still in processing that have not.
Processing?
Do what now?
Processing.
Or it says that I basically have made the order and they have not like sent it yet. Like I don't have tracking codes.
That's not good.
Yeah, it's definitely not good. But
have you hit up the supplier?
I've noticed that
Yeah,
too.
I've
The last couple of days.
He told me some kind of holiday thing a while back, and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
Oh, they have that national holiday.
How long is this?
So it's from October 1st to October 7th. It's like everyone's on holiday right now.
Like caramba.
Like even the post office is not working.
Oh no.
But that was 2 weeks ago. It sounds like it's a different issue.
Well, I mean, if they just still have it, 2 weeks is in. I ordered it 2 weeks ago, and it's just basically that's where it stopped, the fulfillment. And
let me see if I can get you guys on a fulfillment guy in China that will be a lot faster and a lot more reliable, and he speaks English, thank God. How many orders are you guys doing, Michael, James, and Maggie? Like a day?
I usually probably, like an average day is 2 or 3. A great one would be 4 or 5.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I have like
Pretty much the
5
same
to
for me.
7 a day.
Sorry, Maggie, how many?
5 to 7.
5 to 7, and
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
as well?
Yeah, like 3 to 5.
Okay. I think once you're doing like 5 plus, I can probably get you on a fulfillment guy. Gonna have to flex some muscle and try and see if we can get you guys on, because you're obviously smaller than what he usually does. But if I say like, hey, there's going to be a lot of people coming in, maybe he'll cut us a deal for a Blue Ocean exclusive.
Yeah.
I'll hit you guys up with that.
All right, sweet.
Once I hear from him, because he's going to be way more reliable, and like he speaks English, you'll be able to ask him questions and he'll give you like proper answers. So that's going to be a lot better. Also faster shipping times.
Cool. Yeah, because that kind of caught up with me, and I was like, once the volume started going up, I started getting a lot more emails about checking up. But yeah, as far as like changing the product page, we're going to focus it more on the EDC. Add that in a little bit. Not necessarily focus 100%, but share it with the general description. Now, remove the clearance, change the backpack section because there's confusion there on what I'm talking. Changing the countdown timer to be multicolor and not blacky. Probably cut off the day timer. Focus on the look, what it's used for. Focus on EDC, and then focus on it's a minimalist bag, bare essentials, fear of being unprepared, and then mostly just getting a better. Although the video will come second, but getting a better video, more versatile video than what it is now.
Videos. This is your life now,
Videos.
making engaging videos.
It is my life. James.
James, one other small suggestion. I noticed with your pictures, you have all the pictures are outside the bag, but taking some pictures of the bag open and showing the storage compartments inside and giving people an idea of like how much space is actually in there.
Well, let me ask you this, Matt. Do you think that I should put the video on my ad or whatever would be my favorite ad on the product description page for that reason?
Yeah, absolutely. For congruency, and if you're not always using that same ad, I think giving people just a visual of having some video of the bag in use and just that implied the demonstration aspect of using the bag, I think that's only going to help your copy.
Cool.
And then also just like the same thing I've been kind of telling everyone, like taking people's best reviews from the bottom and moving those up into the product description as well could really help.
Okay. All right. we're good.
All right. And finally, Adrian, thank you for your patience, man.
No worries, man.
Let me try and open up your store. Avocado everything. Dude, I like this product.
Avocado.
I like this
Go
product
crazy.
from the minute I saw it in a build.
Avocado.
I love it.
Ooh, so right away, product copy. Starts off with details, material, cotton, vegan friendly, machine washable. Boring. Doesn't hook me emotionally, doesn't grab me.
Yeah, I think that stuff should be pushed down to the end after style and profile.
Yep.
For me, when I'm looking at the avocado, the biggest confusion that I had is, what is this going to be used for? Is it a stuffed animal? But then at reading into the copy, it's more like, okay, it's a cute pillow. And I think positioning it as a pillow or a throw pillow would make it much more obvious to people. Okay, I put this on the couch, or I take it in my bed and put it there, making it very specific, like what this is used for. You can lay your head on it, maybe having a picture of that, and maybe adding avocado throw pillow or pillow into the title would make it more obvious to people, like what you're going to be using this for.
Awesome. That was actually a major worry of mine. I didn't understand the utility. I knew it was cute. You know, people love hugging cute shit, but I didn't understand like what that exactly entailed. But a pillow is actually the word I was looking for.
Exactly.
There it is.
Yep.
Thank you.
What sort of results have you been getting? Have you been running ads?
So I ran one set, about 5 ads, one campaign. It was not successful, but it was my first time running it. And I realized that the copy I used was not it wasn't the exact one that was in my build. I forgot to make it more invigorating, and also I got some advice from Jason to put the link inside of the text of the ad.
Yeah, that's huge.
So yeah, I definitely want to give it another go. This was the first ad set I ran. I got a really high CPC, cost per click. It was ridiculous. It was almost like $2 per cost per click. So it wasn't very efficient, but I was getting a lot of engagement on the ad, a lot of likes, hearts,
Because it's cute,
shares,
attention grabbing.
comments. So that's cute, exactly. But no buys, right? People would go to my store, but no add to carts, no initiate checkout.
Yeah, so you do need to improve your product description, but the problem is the fact that you were getting so few, like you don't have enough visitors yet to say, okay, we're not getting enough add to carts because your cost per click was so high. So definitely add the link to the ad. That's going to be huge for you. I don't have the ad in front of me right now, but I'm guessing it probably needs to be a bit more attention grabbing, a bit more emotionally compelling as well. Just looking at your product description, it's all right, but it's not good enough to truly stand out as a dropshipper. Because as a dropshipper, the way you beat the competition is by having superior marketing. Right now, your marketing it's all right, but it's not like, wow, this is great. You know, it isn't like incredibly emotionally compelling, and it needs to be.
Okay. Awesome.
So I would go through your build and look at what are the most compelling angles and add them to your product description. So, do you know some of the angles off the top of your head?
Yes. A lot of them were touching on the cute angle. And also the meme angle was big too. Having people describe how one second, it's just off the top of my head.
I think that's more of an angle for the ad. But I'm thinking cute and impress your friends when they come over, or upgrade your living room, add a touch of fun to your living room.
I also think positioning this as a pillow for babies or infants, you know, showing an infant in their crib laying on this, you know, it looks like it. I mean, obviously, you know, you can put it in your living room as an adult, but I think really just parents, especially new moms, spend a ton of fucking money, and having this as like a cute thing for the nursery and inside their crib could be a much stronger reason why someone would want to buy it.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
This combo.
Yeah, babies and avocados. It can't get any better.
Yeah, it's like buying avocado for your little avocado, Also,
Okay.
this was a little confusing for me when I'm looking at the size, and it's like 11 centimeters to 30 centimeters. I would, scrap all that copy and just say small, medium, large.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you recommend putting sizes at all in terms of
I would put sizes in the details section, like small is, and then the size range for each one. But that's, really at the end of the copy in the details section with material and stuff like that. Also, awesome. I don't know if this is true or not, but saying like, if moms are buying this, it's hypoallergenic or something like that.
Awesome.
Honestly, you're about the first guy on this call who I would say has to redo the product description and really improve the copy. Everyone else's copy has been good, and here's a suggestion, there's a suggestion. I think you need to redo it. I don't think it flows terribly well. I don't think it's very emotionally grabbing. I think you can do a lot better with the product copy.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So number one question is, why would somebody buy this? That needs to be like answered in the first sentence. Emotionally grabbing, get people to read, make people curious, explain, make it very clear what the benefit to this is. It looks really cute. Your friends will be amazed at your incredibly cute baby pillow, and then have the details further down.
Have your baby wake up every morning with a smile.
There you go.
That was one of the angles, actually, smiling more and being more comfortable. Okay, that's awesome. Okay. I did have a question. At what point do you order your products? Should I order every single one of my products to make custom creatives for all of them, or should I only do that for winning products?
So some people in the program have ordered the product before they've even started, which is actually interesting to see. Sort of as a difference between average dropshipper and dropshipper who buys Boss Builder. So people who buy this program are like, okay, I'm going to do this right. Personally, I would not order the product before it's working. So I would order the product when I'm at about the stage that Maggie's at right now. You're selling 5+ a day. You're selling it profitably. Now let's take it to the next level.
Okay.
Right now, you don't know which of your products is going to end up being the one that does well. So you have okay content, unless you have nothing but shit content from AliExpress. I would try and get it selling before you order the product and get custom content made.
Okay.
Even if you get this to converting at break even, at that point, consistently at break even, not just for 1 or 2 days, at that point, if you make custom content, you're going to put it above. And at that point, I think it makes sense as well. For you right now, work on the copy, work on how you're going to sell it, and focus on that.
Great. Thank you. That was my biggest question and concern. I'll definitely work on the copy.
Dude, if
great
you
advice.
Go through the sort of the first semester of the Boss School of Business again, through the market research, through the writing copy section, the hook section, I think you're really going to come back with a clearer mind and just sit down at your desk. Honestly, if you drink, have 1 or 2 drinks and just knock it out, have fun with it, and see what you can come up with. Because I think it can be a lot more fun, a lot more exciting than it is right now. Because it's a cute product. It's nothing serious.
All right. Great. Thank you.
All right. I think we've got to everyone. Jason, you still have no copy to review by our copywriting master. Jason is our star student. He's doing really well with one of his stores.
Awesome. I guess he doesn't need my tips.
Possibly not. All right. Does anyone else have some questions before we end this? for Matt specifically, so he can get on with his day.
Yeah, I really got to pee, so let's roll.
Who's your favorite copywriter?
Who's my favorite copywriter? Is that the question? Sorry.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. Probably Gary Bencivenga. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Gary Hayward. Gary Bencivenga.
Nice.
Now people are going to Google, who's Gary Bencivenga?
Oh, yeah. I didn't ask for no reason, man. No, I'm trying to.
Not a bad person to be Googling if you're trying to learn about copy.
Well, I'm trying to. I'm reading the Dan Kennedy book and all that, and so I'm trying to keep aware on different angles.
Which one? The Ultimate Sales Letter?
No, actually, it's No B.S.
Okay.
Yeah,
one of his million No BS books.
Yeah. Are you big on the other one, the $1 million sales letter?
No, I actually haven't read the Ultimate Sales Letter. It's pretty popular. Probably,
I like it.
For brand new copywriters, one of the books that helped me the most when I first got started, that made things just like brain dead simple, was Bob Bly's Copywriter's Handbook. It's really good. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, some of the old ones are really good. Like John Capel's Tested Advertising Methods is like fantastic. If you go through some of the old stuff, like even Ogilvy on advertising,
Yeah.
I think I read a lot of the older books. I think those are the ones really on my shelf that I kind of dust off, because those, looking at old school magazine ads and stuff like that, there's always really interesting angles in there that people haven't really tapped into for a while, that you can dust off and then kind of remix for modern products.
Yeah, for sure. It's all direct response. So cool. Thanks, man.
No problem. Yeah, it's been fun. Like I said, this guy said, I don't do a lot of e-com, but the principles have a lot of overlap, and just getting to analyze and give some critiques is always just keeps me sharp to kind of get in here and see what's going on in the other fields. All
right. Greatly appreciate you taking the time today, Matt, and look forward to talking to you. And actually, let's do a quick plug for your products, since you've taken the time.
Sure. Well, actually kind of took down my big course that I was selling for a while, so I'm about to break it up into lots of different smaller, more specific products. But if anyone's interested in, I write a daily email newsletter. You can sign up at dailycopywriter.com.
Highly recommend it.
I'm on it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for the opportunity, Scott. I really appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you for Boss Builder Live. Let's plug that. You guys, hope y'all are going, because I'll be there.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, Matt's going to be coming to Austin for our little live event. That's a little bonus person we managed to rope in after, again, I saw the benefits of his feedback for my own stores, my own ads. So gonna be great to have him there.
Awesome.
All right.
Well, take care, y'all.
Better, man.
Take care, man.
All right. That was useful. You guys got anything else you want to talk about? Fulfillment, Facebook issues, anything at all?
I've got something. Because I'm doing the buy one get one free offer. Say at the moment I'm kind of making $14 as my margin. Would you say that's kind of okay margin? Or?
$14 on a $19 offer. Yeah, that's okay. It's low, obviously, but it's also a low price point, right?
Yeah.
So sort of the number I like to have in my head is AliExpress price times 3. AliExpress price with shipping and everything times 3 is what the absolute minimum you want to sell it for.
Times 3.
3, yeah. So for you, product price is $5, right?
Yeah.
Times 3 is 15.
So at the moment, because it's about this is the thing. Like, so say if I order 2 of the same variants, it's cheaper. And if I order 2 different ones, it's more
Really?
expensive. Yeah. I tried to ask them about it, but just had the problem. I don't think they understood what I was trying to say. So.
So if it's 2 different, what are the margins? What's it?
So say you order two lavender ones, for example, that cost me $4,
Including shipping?
yeah. But then if it's 2 different ones, it's like $6.
All right, but either way, you're within that 3x pricing rule.
Yeah.
The reason why your margins are low is because it's a low price product. But at the same time, your conversion rate on a $20 product is going to be higher than your conversion rate on a $50 product, right?
Yeah. I see what you're saying. Yeah. No.
I wouldn't worry about that too much in your case right now.
Yeah. I was just trying to kind of get that, you know what I mean? That straight.
It's definitely low because, I mean, in order to make a decent profit, you're going to have to get purchases for like $10 or less, which is absolutely tough. But the advantage is you don't have to spend a lot of money to find out what's working or what's not working. Right?
Yeah.
You're going to get significant data a lot quicker.
Yeah, I think that's about it for now, to be honest.
Sweet.
Okay, I have a question. So I'm about to start running retargeting ads. So I guess for my product, the premium initial cufflinks, should I be running photo ads or carousel ads?
I'm not a fan of carousel, but they can work. I like photo ads and video ads, honestly.
So there's photo ads? Okay, and then like one more question, like for the photos, should I use like the same creatives that I used in the original asset, or should I use a different one? I know, I just worried that if I use a different one, they wouldn't recognize it.
Yeah, you can do both. You can have multiple.
See which one works better.
You definitely want to use different copy though.
Yeah, different copy for sure.
Copy for sure. Have you had the call with Mike or Ryan?
No, I haven't.
That's your task of the week. Get on them. They're both great with Facebook retargeting.
Okay.
Ask them about that. They're going to get you set up exactly how you want to be set up.
Got it.
I think that's going to make a huge difference. If you make the changes that we talked about today and then hop on a call with them, then they'll be able to get you on the right path for sure.
Okay. Thanks, God. Thank you.
Anyone else? Adrian, Hunter?
Yeah. So I know that you guys gave me the suggestion to take off the offer from the top of the product page. So how do I set that up so where I can take it off of that product specifically?
Give me a second.
For sure.
So I'm trying to find the store. What was the suggestion? The buy discounted prices?
Yeah, take that off from the product page and I guess like just keep it on the checkout page.
Okay, so off the top of my head, I'm gonna say, have you got to open your store right now?
Yeah.
Go into obviously the Shopify admin dashboard, then apps, then go to discounted pricing. Then click on whatever the offer is that is shown.
All right.
Actually, let me go in and see if I can find it on mine. I know it's possible because that's generally how I do it. I just don't know how I set it up. Same with a lot of this Shopify setup stuff, like what we were talking about with Matt. Like, this is something, if you ever do it, you do it once. It's not something off the top of my head. So discounted pricing. Then we go to
the offer. You can hit edit.
Might even be in settings.
You think so?
Oh yeah, here we go. Go to settings.
Okay.
Then discount table.
All right.
and then table design, show a volume discount table on the product page. You see that?
Show discounts. Let's see. Is it towards this? Oh yeah, there it is. Yep.
For me, that's off. I'm guessing for you, it's on.
Right. So is there a way to keep it for every other product except for that one? Or because like they may not know that the offer exists unless it's like there, you know.
You can put it in your copy for one.
True.
Yeah, if you go into the specific offer, it doesn't seem to allow you to select show or don't show.
All right.
I don't see how you could have it on some products and not on others.
Or wait, actually, if you go to offer and you hit edit, it says select products that will have these volume discounts applied.
Yeah,
So,
but that's not showing it. That's going to be whether it has the offer.
Gotcha.
Because you want the product we're talking about here, the eyelash curler, you want to have that product selected there because otherwise it's not going to work with the discount on the cart page.
Right, right.
Honestly, if that's the product you're driving traffic to right now, I'd probably just remove it from the product page for now.
All right.
Maybe add it. You can add it as copy, maybe in bold, say buy two, get 15% off.
All right.
And then when people add it to cart, it's going to say in the cart page, it's going to be like product, price, add one more to get 50% off.
So it automatically puts that in the checkout page itself?
The cart page, not the checkout page.
Gotcha.
It should do check. That's how it should work.
All right. I'll go through the funnel and test it out.
Sweet.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, man.
No worries.
Awesome. I did have one question. I wanted to ask you about your emailing software. What do you use exactly to send custom emails that come from the company itself, like your own store?
For e-commerce, Klaviyo.
Klaviyo? Yeah. And do you run it through, in order to get like, let's say, Adrian at Avocado Everything, do you use G Suite? Do you use...
I think Nate uses G Suite. What I use is I just buy the domain on Namecheap. So I buy all my domains on Namecheap. I don't buy domains through Shopify. I have all my domains in Namecheap, and on Namecheap you can buy a private email inbox, and you can buy inboxes for like $2 a year, and it'll be like admin at your store, info at your store, support at your store, and then you can just input that email address in Klaviyo, and that's it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, even if you've bought your domain through Shopify, you can still do that. You can go to Namecheap and buy private email inboxes.
Okay. Good to know. That was the only question I had.
Sorry, is that for like the support email? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. Support, and also if you're sending out emails from Klaviyo, if you're sending out broadcasts or abandoned cart emails, so that they're not coming from Matt Kelly at swoleness.com, that they're coming from your actual store.
To be honest, the one that I've got at the moment is just like Gmail at automotivesteals@gmail.com.
That's fine. That's fine to start. If this is going to be the store you're running for a long time, you want to get like support at automotivesteals.com.
Okay, so do you think I should get one of those then?
At your stage, probably just get this working. Like everything else doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm not too stuff.
Patrick Dillon did make a good recommendation. He recommended this site called Improv MX, and it lets you use forwarding emails for free. So you can use your Gmail account, but it would forward as a support no matter what. So it would work out the same way, and it'd be free.
Does that work even if you don't have the email though?
I believe so, yeah. The way I was looking into it, It looks as if you were to just put in what you want it to be when you send it out, that's as it will appear.
Gotcha.
I haven't tested it though. So.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would work because in theory, then I could use any email I want, right? Like I could use Elon Musk at Tesla.com and forward through that, but I don't think that's going to work.
Valid point.
Yeah. Maybe he's right though. I mean, Patrick knows his shit when it comes to tech, so maybe look into that. Matt, for you at this stage, Gmail is perfectly fine.
Yeah. It was just more because he brought it up, so I was just.
Yeah. Maggie, for sure, you probably want to have your own support email when you're doing like 6, 7, 8 orders a day. Get your own .com email.
Okay, got it. I'll do that.
Sweet.
Oh, one more question. Do you recommend using like Facebook Messenger, the app for like support if customers have questions?
I use the Facebook page just to answer support questions. Like my assistant will go to Facebook to answer questions, but I don't use any sort of messenger sequences. I don't use the messenger app on my site or anything like that.
Gotcha.
I mess around with software called Tidio, which is like a messenger app for your store, which is supposed to improve your conversion rates. It's all right, but it doesn't make a huge difference in my opinion.
Gotcha.
All right. If those are all the questions, then I think just short of 2 hours we can end this. Very productive live call. I'm going to try and get more guests on. I'm going to try and get the builders on, Kobe and Drew. Yeah. I take it you guys found that useful, getting an outside perspective for once.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
All right.
Yeah, it really helps.
All right. I'll let Matt know that you guys appreciate that. And if there's no more questions, we'll end it here.
Yeah. Perfect.
Speak now or hold your peace.
Thank you.
Great. Thanks, man.
Thanks a
All
lot.
right, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Yeah.